Have you ever wondered how a designer looks at an empty space and imagines a completely new home? Well, this is how the magic begins. Hi, I'm Amita Trehan from Bravura Spaces, and today I take you through a flat that I'm about to hand over very soon, and I want to tell you and show you how I read up a place, see the possibilities that it holds, and create a home for the family that's going to come to it very shortly. So very interestingly, this is a project that my client found me on YouTube. So very special in that aspect. Well, so this is an entire place. This is again an L-shaped living and dining, which leads to a kitchen on one side. They have a small utility room or a staff quarter, so to speak, which is being turned into a work from home kind of space. It's a little messy right now, so I'll probably show it to you in the final edit and the complete home tour. So this entire place has been turned out, is created where it has a designated living area and of course the dining area that is there. It leads into a kitchen. It was a very small kitchen, so to speak, but we have been able to actually put in a lot of space here. So with a small sink on one side and a dishwasher, the main sink actually comes in the utility area, my favorite rolling shutter, and a lot of storage space, including a complete stack of appliances, space for a large fridge, including a pantry that finds home here. We have this sliding door, which you know I always like to have that option of the kitchen being closed or open whenever the need be. When spaces are a little small, as designers, we start looking at various ways and means of creating more. One idea that kind of took shape here is trying to create a complete crockery unit without it really protruding into the dining area. So what I did here, interestingly, we broke part of this wall. So I get 6 inches of the wall, and another 6 inch or 4 inches that protrudes here is actually given us a very large crockery unit. And for crockery, we don't really need a lot of depth. I think, a plate typically is about 10 inches. So most of your things are going to be here, and so much space that has gotten created in this entire area, which will host a lot of things. A similar thing we did on the other side, which is their son's room. We took in a little space from here as well, and we have created these slanting shelves so that your shoes can actually find home. So we almost have about 5.5 feet of space all the way till 8 feet. That is going to give you a lot of space for your shoes. A small partition like this solves 2 things for me. One, I know once my light comes and little shelves, it creates a lot of space for souvenirs and other things that you may want to have, some little storage on the back. But most importantly, it kind of increased the size of this wall, and the sofa that I wanted to put here at least is not really protruding out, and I do get a large seated sofa that can find place here. Coming along, very interesting concept that we created for the son's bedroom. It's a small toddler, about 4 years old. So what we did for him is we need a study. Of course, the height of the study has been reduced. We've given some amount of storage, actually a lot of storage. There is space for him to study, and there is a complete bed that is coming on this side, which has a pull-out for it to become a double bed and some storage underneath. The other interesting change that we made here was that, we just had this little alcove for the wardrobes. Instead of giving just 2 shutters or whatever, we created it in a manner that it is a combination of chest of drawers and cabinets, some shelving that comes here, and of course some more shelves here. I think with a toddler and with kids, and I think all mothers would agree with me, that when you have, when we're teaching our kids these little life skills of being able to do things for themselves and organize their home, creating things in storage which are at very accessible height will also encourage them to put back their things, or being able to take out things for themselves without any assistance, and that's something that is something that they will learn. a nice study table, lots of space for storage for games and toys. This is the protrusion that we created so that our shoe rack on the other side can come in. It has a very nice fluted look, and it is going to remain very easy to clean, and it's a nice backdrop, and the bacha can utilize this to put in maybe his artwork. Storage in this apartment was a big issue. What they really gave to every room is only about one wardrobe, which is grossly inadequate for anybody. So what we did is that we just had one alcove on one side, but I created this L. By doing so, what I have been able to achieve is one full wardrobe, and that alcove, which actually just had space for maybe a 4 feet wardrobe, I have created this entire L to make their storage space very, very efficient. And can you imagine where you have space to hang, some space to shelve, and lot of these designated shelving that can make, you can maybe have your t-shirts folded here or anything that you may want. And that is how this entire space has been virtually increased in terms of storage, and pretty much made sure that a lot of storage needs, our day-to-day storage needs are taken care of here. This, of course, a very interesting backdrop for the bed leads us to another room where the parents are going to be. This was the only wardrobe that this room had. So obviously it's grossly inadequate for two people who would like to be living here. Created a very sleek TV unit that has a television to it, and doesn't really protrude out too much. An interesting thing that we did here, of course, created a little backdrop for the bed and created some more wardrobe. What we did, and I personally feel that a bed without side tables looks a little incomplete. So what we did is we created that little niche. This becomes an extension to the side table. You can use this space. The wardrobe above can be opened. Some storage at the bottom, which can be accessed whenever you wish to move your something, that it can come up when you have something which is not going to be used very often. This entire wardrobe here and another wardrobe on this side. What's interesting is that instead of keeping this wardrobe opening on this side, I have put it on the other side. The reason being that if I had the opening on this side, it would have been a narrower and a deeper wardrobe. But by changing this entire orientation to this side, I have a much wider wardrobe, and which makes it easier for me to be able to see anything that is stored here. To me, design is like God. When God doesn't differentiate between the stature of your life, good design does not differentiate between the size and the square footage of your home. I think good design is capable of creating any space, any size, the most elevated living experience. It may not be something which is huge, but it is comfortable, and that is what is important. Signing off, Amita Trehan. If you like this video, do subscribe and hit the bell notification.